What is up, guys? It's Taja, and I'm back again with another video for you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Great to be doing another video for you guys after I've been gone for a few days. If you haven't watched the last video, highly recommend that you do. I do believe that it will genuinely help you, helped me even. Yeah, thanks to all those that have been subscribing once again. We are very close to 100 subscribers. So again, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, share this video, tell a friend, tell a friend. If you think it will help you, think it will help someone else, do what you need to do. But let's get into it. Let's roll the intro.
God, you call me by my name. The love you give me, I just can't deny. Yeah. No longer blinded, I can see you. I'm on my way to meet you. We gotta talk.
So let's get straight into it. Ego is something that a lot of people struggle with. And I know a lot of people say it's mainly just men that struggle with ego, but women struggle with ego just as much as men do. All of us do. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, that is one of the biggest things that can mess up your relationships. Your relationships with family, friends, your partner, even your relationship with Christ. And that's what I mainly want to delve into today. Why does ego mess these things up? Well, we got to think about it. Let's take it back, because simple things like just saying sorry for something that you have done wrong, simple things like making a mistake, you don't want to admit that you made the mistake, just simple things like that, we've got to be able to just take accountability for it. So much of us are scared of the aftermath of us saying sorry or admitting to doing that thing wrong. But what we always forget to understand is that it's better to face the music rather than sit here and act like, do you know what, I'm not going to say nothing. And that's as if you want to keep it all high and mighty. Because at the end of the day, you got to be real, especially with the people that you love. And if you're not real with the people that you love, they're just going to see you and think,
Bruh, like, this guy ain't who he says he is. This person ain't who she says she is.
when we are real with each other, that's when we're able to talk. That's when we're able to be transparent. And that's the problem today in a lot of families and a lot of relationships, and especially our relationships with God. Because we forget that we're supposed to be transparent with God. We can take all our problems to Him. We can speak about how we're feeling towards Him. We can pray, talk to Him, all these things. But because we're so egotistical, because we're so full up with pride, we don't want to release those things onto God. And then we don't realize why we end up in all these problems and all these issues, and why sometimes it will feel like an ongoing cycle to why we always feel down at this certain time. When the thing is, if you hold on to something, if you don't want to, how can I say it, admit that you're wrong, it's like releasing tension off of yourself, because you know that you want to say sorry, you know that you want to just say sorry, but some of us just don't want to admit it. Some of us don't want to let our guard down. But who are we here to please? Do you know what I mean? And the problem that a lot of us face is that we've got to really just take that mask off and just release ourselves and be free and just realize, like, look, I'm sorry, my bad. Can we move on from this? Da, 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 da. And just face the music, bro. And like, this is the biggest problem with Christians today. Like, and I feel like even in the church, no one wants to take accountability, bro. And it's a big, big, big problem. Just say sorry. Just accept that you were wrong. Because, like, people think it's going to be the worst thing ever. And of course, if we're Christians, you got to know these are people of God. Yeah, the person may be hurt for what you've done to them. Yeah, the person may look at you different. But at the same time, it's better for you to admit that you were wrong. It's better for you to say sorry in that moment rather than hold a grudge and try and act as if you weren't the wrong and flip it on the other person, because that's when everyone starts to use the words narcissist and these type of things, and like, you don't want to be walking around feeling like that. Because another thing is, when you're holding these grudges and when you're not letting your guard down, it really messes with your mental health, it really messes with your life in general. So when it comes to relationships and things like that, just be honest, be real. In the Bible, Proverbs 16 verses 18 and 19 says, pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. It is better to be of a lowly spirit with the poor than to divide the spoil with the proud. Now, the AI overview on Google even though I'm not a fan of AI, still gonna read it. But this proverb warns that pride can lead to destruction and that humility is better than sharing stolen goods with the proud. It's often cited and is true in both physical and spiritual ways. I was one of those people that never understood that pride could actually ruin things, and now that I'm deeper in my faith, it makes more sense, it's more understandable. When people are so caught up in their pride and so caught up in their ego, it just ruins relationships. Ruining relationships is one of the worst things ever, and that's what these things can do. But the main thing I want to get at is how we can avoid this. How can we avoid falling into destruction? How can we avoid being so prideful and so egotistical? Well, there's only one way, and it's simply to be humble. It's simply to bring yourself down a level and realize that you are a human. You're not perfect. You make mistakes, but you've got to be able to take your guard down and just be real with people and just apologize to people. Because when you don't do that, it makes people have a perception of you, and then it makes them think, do you know what, I don't want to continuously talk to you about this thing because you're going to do the same thing over and over again. And once people have that perception of you, it's a way into ruining a relationship. It's a way into ruining that bond that you may have had with that person. And a lot of people that are prideful and egotistical, they don't want to admit certain things. So really and truly, you definitely have to be humble if you want to like come out of that cycle, whatever you're feeling. And my advice is that you can only go to God if you really want that deep cleansing. Because there's only so much you can do on your own, but it all starts with you, and that can only stop if you want that to stop. If you don't want it to stop, then what can I say? But with that being said, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys were able to get something from this. Let me know if this video helped you. Give this video a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let's get to 100 subscribers. God bless you all. Peace. Stay safe.